Hi everybody, my name is Jennifer Jetto, and I have a website at jettointeractive.net, and it's primarily a website design and marketing company. I handle everything from website designs, from beginning to a redesign, print-based stuff too, everything online and offline you need to market your business today. And I started my business as a freelancer. I was working for the .coms and found myself doing a little bit of freelance work on the side. And when I had my children, I decided to stay at home. And I was able to stay at my .com job for a while, doing that full-time from home. And then I eventually cut back my hours and was trying to find an opportunity that would allow me to work from home and take care of the kids. And it's steadily grown throughout the years. And I think I first realized that I needed to outsource and build my business when I was limited to my own skills. So, you know, my company helps to bring a lot of small businesses online and to market them in many ways.
Definitely. And how did you get, I mean, it's something where I always want to relate people to the experience or the pain you were going through, or the reason when you came to the point that, you know, I had to find someone to help me. How did you get to that realization? Give us more insight to that.
I think one of the biggest realizations was dealing with the amount of applications out there in order to, when you're a web designer or a freelance print designer, there's tons of applications that you need to own and then keep up with. Yeah. And I felt like when I was outside the workforce and I wasn't in a cubicle right next to somebody else each day, I was kind of losing track of all the latest and greatest things. And to keep up with that software costs thousands of dollars every single year. And when I realized that I could simply hire somebody that already knew that application, it opened up doors. First of all, financially, for me, I could just hire a person to do that one project that I needed that required that new application, and I didn't have to front the money to learn the application or own it.
Definitely.
So that was the first starts that I realized. And one of the other big things that first prompted me was reading Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek.
Love that book.
So I was trying to, yes, and I was trying to manage my time most efficiently. I mean, when you're a mom with kids and working at home, or in any aspect where you're trying to manage multiple things within a home workspace, you know, you want to take advantage of every opportunity. And Tim Ferriss recommended virtual assistants, and he said, just go and try any task out there. Just submit a task, even if it's for $10. Just try the opportunity, and you'll see how just completing that one task, it'll open up doors to so many different things. And it did.
Okay, definitely. So let's jump into, like, you know, now you have something that you want, a project you want to have people work for you on. I guess, how do you break it down to the process of, you know, figuring out, okay, which sections of the project should you have someone, you know, someone particularly handle for you?
Well, I was doing some projects by myself, and then I found that if I was to hire somebody, I tried using the company called elance.com, and I started just posting one logo on there, and I said I need a logo in a vector format. You put in the requirements that you're looking for, the time frame that you're looking for, how much you're willing to pay, and then people bid on that project. And then I'm able to review their portfolios online. And once I developed and started using Elance a little bit more often, multiple projects, I've completed over 100 projects in there right now. And yeah, it's been busy. And some of those projects sometimes take just a few days, some of them take a couple of months. It just depends on the level of the project itself. But been able to develop some good contacts through there and reuse the same people over and over again if you develop a good relationship with it. So, but Elance is a great directory because the money is held in escrow until the project is fully completed. There's no risk factor at all. You get to review people's portfolio up front. It doesn't matter where they are. So it's been a great resource for me in my business and helping it to grow.
Definitely, and that's, now you've had that experience with them, but I'm trying to put it in the mindset of a viewer who maybe have not even thought about maybe using sites like Elance, you know, and Odex to go out there and find someone to help them with a specific project. So let's go back to when you started. Like, what steps do you take, even when you put out the requirements of the, you know, the details of the job, the requirements of the job? What steps did you take to make sure that even when you got all the people coming back to you saying, "Oh, I can do this, I can do this," how did you, filter through the list you got and found the right person for the job? What kind of criteria or steps did you take to verify what they were even telling you in the first place?
Yeah, well, I guess the first question is identifying exactly what you need in your project and being very clear about the description that you post there. I was a project manager. I was in charge of leading a team of graphic designers, so I know what to ask for, and I also can understand by reviewing a portfolio if they have the experience that I'm looking for. And that's why, it works out very well in my industry, in my company, to outsource to Elance. I can understand that if you are a small business owner and you've never designed a website before, you'd be kind of, leery as far as trying to direct a team as far as doing a website out there. And that's how my business helps a lot of people, because I try and keep my costs low and I handle all that production for them. But if you're trying to set up an initial project on Elance, I would start with something small and something that you might be able to be a little bit more familiar with.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing you said. Is basically starting. I see the trend from your case is that you started with something you knew how to do, and now you're trying to tell them, give them the list of, okay, this is what I need you to do and requirements. So if they're starting out, maybe start out with something you already know how to do, so that you can use that as a means to put the guidelines and steps of what you need done, I guess.
Yeah, because when you're hiring virtual assistants and outsourcing, you are a project manager. You need to be able to understand when they're doing something wrong and how to guide them and, asking for suggestions and stuff. I mean, outsourcing is great, but you do need to be able to lead and guide them to a certain degree. And I find that the more that you understand a project, the easier it will go as far as the basic, parts of the project that you're working on and stuff. So, but there's everything that you can outsource. Every logo and business card design. You can do content for writing an article. Anything you need to help to market your business. It's been a wonderful aspect of mine.
Definitely. So the first two things I got from that was you make sure you have a clear outline of what you need done. Maybe precisely something that you've probably done in the past, but now you want to hand it over to somebody so you know exactly what you need done. Have it detailed into the project, and so that they can see what you need done. The second thing also is verify their experience and see if it's something that is similar to any of the things that you're listing for them to do. Is that what you're saying? Is that see if they had that prior experience?
Yeah, I mean, basically when you're on Elance or even hiring a virtual assistant online, you're able to kind of review their portfolio or get some references, and I think that's really helpful. And also being very clear in your description as to what you're looking for is quite important as well.
Definitely. And so now we get to the point where you have all these people come out, putting out their requests, say, I'll do the job for you. And so you now review them. So how do you pick and choose the right people for the job? I guess that's the next question.
Well, I think it's a combination of portfolio experience as well as price. You'll find that the prices do vary quite a bit out there, and sometimes they're in all parts of the world too. So those factors may be personal to you as far as if you prefer to work with someone fairly close to home, whether it's a US-based company or over in India. There's tons of people out there. I've hired people in almost every single country so far. I have not been picky. I've been really trying to explore those options and not be prejudiced to one option and stuff, just trying new things. And I think it really is. You have to reach out there and you have to try something new sometimes, and you'll be surprised. I've met a lot of great people all around the world, and it's great to think when you go to sleep at night that they're working for you.
Definitely, that's a very good use of time. You wake up and the job is done.
Absolutely, very productive.
and one thing that you said earlier too is you said how you had so many different tools that you need to use for your business, and because you are no longer working in a full-time job, you want to keep track of the changes that are going on and new software that are coming out there. So that kind of brings me to a question of, what if it's a job that you need to have done for you, but necessarily you don't have prior experience in it? How do you work around that?
Well, I did a little bit of research, and what's been great is that I've developed a lot of great contacts through Elance, and we've become friends. And I've also have a bunch of like mastermind groups of people that I connect with on a weekly basis that offer just guidance and suggestions in those areas and stuff. And it is about keeping up with the latest technology as far as reading and understanding what would be the best thing for my users. I mean, I have clients that I need to be able to offer them the latest in technology, and if I don't know that language myself, that doesn't mean that I can't speak as to what's needed in their business. So don't feel limited that you may not know that specific application yourself, but there's a lot of information out there. And for me, in the past couple of years, it's about surrounding myself with a good team of people that will help me in my business, whether it's a virtual assistant in Chicago or my team out in India designing logos. But it's about people that I can count on and talk to on a weekly basis to offer suggestions too. There's lots of great forums out there too.
So what I'm taking from that really is that if it's a project that I mean, you probably don't know how to get the work done, or maybe you've not worked on that kind of project before, but you need this for your business, is really to go out there and kind of get a general understanding of what this will do for your business, so you can clearly explain that even to the person who has experience doing the work for you. Because if you don't know what it should be doing for you, how can you even find the right person to help you with the task, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. With every single new website that I talk to a new client with, I have them do a little bit of research online. And sometimes, because I need to get into the head of my customers, I need to understand what they're looking for, what type of website they need, what kind of catches their eye. And I say, do some research. If there's any websites out there that are currently performing the functionality that you want on your website, if they may not understand the application that's used in the back end to provide that technology, but if you can show me something else that's already using it, that's one quick way to easily communicate with a freelancer saying, look, I want something like this. Just give them a little bit of guidance. You may not be able to better, explain it thoroughly and stuff, but if they can check out that website and understand the back end, it'll help with the communication barrier. Absolutely.
Definitely. And I guess maybe just to add more salt to what we explain to the audience is that, you necessarily don't need to know all the technology and all the different, pieces to the whole thing, but if you have an idea of what that overall goal that you need that project to do for you, and you can really articulate it correctly, then that's a means to even find someone else to help you take over and do the hard work of it.
Absolutely. It's about getting clear on what you want, and if the better explanation that you can give these outsourcing individuals, the better project and better results you're going to get. Absolutely.
Definitely. So now we found all in your case, you have a team of people working for you, doing different projects for you. How do you manage them? Because that's something that someone who's listening to this might know. How do you manage all the different people who are working on several different parts of that same project? How do you do that?
Well, I was hiring per project on Elance. I felt like that was the easiest solution for me. And I was just managing one project at a time. It's all organized in Elance. I probably have 5 or 6 different websites going on at the same time, and each of them on a different team. So they'd be communicating with me on a daily basis as to what the status is, and then I'd be the liaison to them and the client. So everything from the client went through me. They didn't have to interface with people all over the world. It's just always through me, so the communication is very clear. But as far as if I had a virtual assistant also working for me, I do a lot via email and stuff, because I know that I'm trying to not take up a lot of their time, and sometimes we're in different time zones. So I felt like the email communication was the best for me. I do now have a team that works for me full time, and I will communicate via Skype a lot with them, save on money, and I will talk with them on a more ongoing basis, just so we're all clear on all the different projects and stuff. I've also hired a project manager to help me with that stuff, because that was one of the bottleneck features in my business. I was finding that it was hard to manage all the projects at once, so I've been trying to get some people on my staff to help me with that project as well. Yeah. Always stepping it up, always looking for the next task to outsource and help me. It's just about kind of taking a step back in your business and realizing what are the things that you truly need help on. Where is it that you're spending a lot of time that you would like to be focusing on other areas of business? And that's why when I meet a new client for the first time, I say, look, website design and marketing is not your business. That's mine. And that's why I'll be able to help you so you can focus on being a doctor or a pediatrician or a lawyer. And, it's just, it's easier to focus on what we know and not what we in trying to learn all these things from scratch and stuff. It's a waste of everybody's time and stuff.
So what I'm even getting from the whole idea of how you manage your virtual assistant and people to help you with your project is, first of all, when you started, I guess you were handling a lot of the communication with them to to get the projects, the milestones and all that for the project done, and you were also handling that communication with the client. The client didn't really necessarily have to know what was going on in the back end. They just knew that you were delivering the result. And as time has progressed, you've figured out ways in which you can find project managers within your team to manage people that are already basically virtual assistants and people handling separate tasks for you, so that way you can step out a little bit and free up time and the project manager handles stuff.
Yes, absolutely. It's a little bit at a time and stuff. And when I talk to anybody about outsourcing, it's just doing one step at a time, because nobody's going to jump to this level right away. They just need to kind of, feel it out and test the projects and figure out what in their business, it would make sense to kind of give to somebody else. Being a good manager and a good business owner allows you to have that freedom to be a good delegator. And outsourcing is a great way to do that, financially and for ease of use. And for me, it's great because I have no overhead costs in my business. It's just yeah. I mean, it's just they're paying for the actual hours themselves and stuff. I have no full-time employees. I hire on a contract basis, so everything is 1099 in the U.S. and it just keeps things very lean and stuff, which is great in today's society. Just trying to maximize every dollar that you make.
Definitely, definitely. And we're saying all these great things about outsourcing, and just to make the interview as true to reality as possible is that, we also want to talk about the kind of challenges you went through during the process of trying to outsource projects. Does anyone come to mind that we can share with the audience? Maybe it can help them in their own process?
Sure. When I was, I think one of the biggest problems for me was when I was stepping it up from the per project basis to trying to get someone full-time. You almost get to more like an hourly rate, and if you're not watching somebody, it's very difficult to have that faith that they're putting in all the hours that you need. When you're looking at it from a project-based perspective, you're paying them no matter how long it takes to get that job done. I don't care if it takes 4 or 5 hours, as long as we've on a price that's fair. Do it, we'll just set a realistic time frame, and I don't care when you work, if it's between 2 and 4 a.m. I'm not going to be looking over your shoulder. But when you hire people on a hourly basis or on a monthly basis, a lot of people want to do things in blocks of 40 hours. There's a lot of virtual assistants and a lot of people on Elance when they see that they like you and you've done a couple of projects together, they kind of suggest that. And I tried a team virtually in another country to manage that for me, and I just didn't feel like they were getting as much done in that much time, and that could be that I just get a whole lot done in my day, and I expect everybody to work as fast as I do. But the other thing is that I think I just didn't have as much control over that. Since then, I eventually just kind of cut ties with that company. I said I just don't think it's working out. They finished some projects for me. We both, went our separate ways. I don't think it was benefiting either one of us to continue with that relationship. Well, at least I tried it, at least I tried it. And since then, I have hired some people that I've worked with Elance, more local to my time zone. We're in the same time zone. And, I felt like I had better control. Like I talked to them throughout the day. I think I have, better communication. I have my project manager located in that same office there. And I just feel like I have much more control over that time frame. So that was one of the kind of growing pains that I've had to go through. And I still am, worried about the hourly rate sometimes. But I need to be able to rely on people. I need to be able to say that no matter how much I throw them each week, they're going to get it done for me. And in the end, I'm hoping that that's going to save me some money in outsourcing.
Definitely. And I'm thinking too that if you kind of doing the same kind of task for clients over time, you would eventually get kind of a sense of what each kind of task should take. I'm assuming that.
Yeah, and that was one of the big things. While I have my main website, jettointeractive.net, I'm coming out with a new website called medadvertising.com, focusing on a niche medical-based business where anybody who's in a medical-based business will be able to get their print and online marketing taken care of. And that in itself is going to help me churn websites a lot faster because I know the industry. 50% of my clients are already in the medical-based arena, and I think that my team and I both agreed that we needed to kind of narrow in on something, because I find that niche markets tend to just become more of an expert in that field. It sells better than just a generic agency, and this way I'm not designing websites for 10 different types of companies each week. I'm doing 10 different medical companies, and they're all along the same line. So my time to complete those tasks will be more minimal, and I'll be more successful in that arena too.
Definitely, and maybe I'm seeing this a different way, but is that as a result of you being very niche into a specific type of business? Doesn't that also result in the fact that your systems of what you need to get done is even more systemized and more focused? Hence, you tend to know how long it's going to take to do certain tasks within that niche.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll be better able to tell you exactly how many days it'll take to complete, and we'll be able to offer better advice on those sites because we already have the tools and the expertise on developing those sites. We'll be able to just be able to offer a lot more solutions for those companies since we are just focused in that niche 24/7. Yeah.
This interview has been awesome, and before I let you go, I want to just any person out there who has need to have projects out there, that they can outsource to the right people to help them with. What is that thing that you want to leave with them today that would encourage them to, maybe take the step in the direction that you have?
I think if anybody wants to grow their business, they have to take chances, and they need to get out there and try something new. And, feel free to contact me at any time. I'd be more than happy to help them through getting started on Elance. But just start with one small project, one small task, and you'll be so proud of yourself for taking that step to move forward. I've done a lot of things over the last year to grow my business, and it's scary. I understand that. But once you take that first step, I guarantee it'll be worth it.
Definitely. So Jennifer, before I let you go, we can't let you go without letting you tell the audience how best to get a hold of you.
Okay, well, you can go to my website called jettointeractive.net or makemybusinessmoney.com. Okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Owen. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
We're done.
All right, thank you.
What do you think?
It was great. It was great.
So welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I really want to know what exactly you think. I mean, if I suck and if I'm not doing a good job, I want to know, because by your input and your comments, your suggestion, your feedback, that's how I'm going to improve on the entire package of what I'm sharing with you. I really want to improve so that you know that your time is well spent when you watch my videos. And if I do good on interviews and you like certain things I do, please let me know so I can even improve upon that as well. And I want to thank you really, because your time is well spent, and I mean, your time is important to me, and I want to make sure that I continuously put this information in front of you. So I want you to join my community. And in order to do that, you need to click on the link that says get the free ebook, enter in your name and email, and you will receive as a gift from me my free ebook titled The Entrepreneur's Guide to Running a Business in the Cloud. The reason I do that is because I want to share with you that information. You can check it out and make use of it in your business. In the same vein, I will be sending you email updates every time I have new blog posts, as well as if I have new stuff that is not even on the blog, I want to share with you. That way we can stay in contact. One more thing, before you go, I want to also let you know that if you are really serious about finding, hiring, training, and even working with virtual assistants, if right now you want to get that started, why don't you sign up for my free webinar where I share everything about the entire process. And you can get to do that by clicking on the link on the very top of my blog where it says sign up for the free webinar. Again, thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you next time.